Hey everyone, welcome back to What Do You Watch? I'm Michael Kovacevich, and this is my Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 9 video. Once again, we have an episode that is really weighted towards the end. The end is really kind of the most exciting part of the episode, but there was a lot of stuff that happened, and especially one very fucked up scene with Shireen that happened as well, which I'll get to in a second. First, I want to talk about Bronn and Jaime. So Bronn and Jaime, thank God, got pardoned, no problems, no one's dying. A little bit of a disappointment in a way, even though I love both those characters. It's kind of disappointing that they didn't up the stakes with them a little bit. But we're sending Jaime, Myrcella, and Trystane back to Westeros. Bronn's coming along as well. And Trystane is going to sit on the small council. That's going to be interesting. But will he even get that far? Because remember, the trial's coming up. And that's going to be next episode. And I doubt that Jaime and Bronn and Trystane and Myrcella are going to make it back. So they might be returning to see the head of Cersei on a spike. This could be a possibility. And it's a possibility that really excites me in a way, because that is really going to twist things up. A lot of things got shaken up last season in Westeros when Tywin died at the very end. It really kind of just changed the entire dynamic of how Westeros works. And with Cersei gone, it will really mix things up. We really don't know how it's all going to pan out. She might go down and keep the secret to herself to save her children, which would keep Tommen on the throne for now. Next up, we have Arya. Now, last episode, she got sent off on her first mission. We talked all about that. And in this episode, she was supposed to complete it. She was supposed to kill off the guy who makes the bets on the sailors coming back or not, right? But of course, she doesn't do that. Ser Meryn and Lord Tyrell, they show up on the shore right there. A little bit of a coincidence, if you ask me, but still. And then we really get to see how messed up Ser Meryn is, okay? Like, wanting to have sex with little girls, and God only knows what they're gonna do to him. I mean, it's pretty messed up. It really makes you want to, because Arya has this choice now she's going to have to make next episode. Does she stick to her mission, or does she enact revenge? And the thing is, at first you really want her to like step above herself and really stick to the Faceless Men and complete her assassin training. But on the flip side, Ser Meryn is so disgusting, such a messed up character that you want to see him die. And not by a little poison on an oyster. You want to see something just completely deserving of that asshole. And now it's time for the most depressing and unsettling scene of the entire season. This even trumps what happened to Sansa at the end of her wedding with Reek watching. That rape scene was horrible, really unsettling, but listening to Shireen burn to death. I mean, I was listening to it, and I was like, I gotta turn this down a little bit. Like, people are gonna be asking questions. My neighbors are gonna start knocking on the door, wondering if something's wrong. It was really just so unnerving, just to this point where you're like, oh, damn, I really didn't think I thought Stannis was gonna grab his sword, kill Melisandre, and just say, screw it, family first, we're going back to the wall, or we're just gonna do this thing ourselves. But no. And then the mother, who we all thought just hated Shireen and didn't give a crap, actually tries to go and stop it. Like, that was a really surprising point. I was like, wow, she is the one going to stop it? I would have thought it would have been Stannis trying to stop it, and the mother agreeing with Melisandre. Not the case. So now that they've completely messed with our heads and killed off one of the kindest, one of the most learned characters, even though she's so young, one of the most learned characters on the show, I hope they get some really good blood magic out of it. To just pay the audience back for having to watch that completely fucked up scene. I hope like Melisandre goes like Maleficent and shit, turns into a dragon or something, like something crazy. Because that was a screwed up scene. Speaking of dragons, It's time for the Daenerys portion of this episode. So, first of all, so you get to see Ser Jorah in the fighting pits against some people that were actually good, unlike last week where he just beat the shit out of everybody without having to kill anybody. I mean, it was awesome. It was great to see him out there, showing off his skills, showing that despite his age, he is still an amazing fighter. And that spear throw at the end, for a second we're like, oh wow, oh he's gonna try to go for Daenerys. That's, they set up that little trick. They were thinking, oh, we're gonna make it seem like he's, hurt and he's gonna try to kill her or something crazy. But then it goes straight to one of the Harpies. And I thought that was just the greatest way for them to just start that scene off, with nobody noticing. Without Ser Jorah, it would have been a slaughter, right? Because they would have gotten to what's his face, Pretty Boy, and he would have been dead, and then they were all screwed. And we know Tyrion is not gonna. I mean, yeah, Tyrion killed like one or two of them, but he's not gonna be able to protect the queen against the whole lot of them. And then they get down to the fighting pit, and it's a complete like episode 2 Attack of the Clones scene. I don't know if anybody else realized that it was the exact same damn scene. Okay, the only difference is that all of the Harpies were basically like the Jedi flood again, right? And then things are looking bad, but it's the other way around, right? Things are looking bad for our heroes. And then, just like Master Yoda coming in with the clones at the end of that scene, here comes Drogo. And starts fucking shit up, melting people down, eating them, tearing them apart. And then at the very end, we get the moment that we've all been waiting for, which is Daenerys finally riding one of her dragons. I mean, she didn't know really what the heck to do when she was on top of him, but he got her out of there, and it scared the living shit out of every single person, whether they're for her or against her. That had to scare the crap out of everybody. I mean, this powerful woman on top of a huge dragon causing all kinds of havoc. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. Be sure to go down in the comments section, leave a comment, like the nice gentleman that left a comment last week, reminding me that this is not really a reaction video, it's a review. But anyway, go down, leave a comment, like the video, share the video. Tune in next week to see my episode 10 video. And then after that, I'm going to be doing some Star Wars videos. And trust me, I know a lot more about Star Wars than I know about Game of Thrones. As always, head over to whatdowatch.com to get all of our content. I'm Kovacevich, and I'll see you guys next week.